Okay, my peeps, let's make an ugly sweater cookie using a new technique. It's kind of like embossing. You're gonna need a stencil for this. There's an ugly sweater stencil, and I have some in my shop. Just send me a message if you're interested in one, but I have a limited amount. But so you're gonna take the rolling pin and you're gonna put pressure, not too much pressure, but just enough pressure that you get the impression of the stencil on your clay. Okay, so now I'm just picking out the colors that I want for my ugly sweater. I picked green, white, yellow, like a gold color, and blue and green. So now you're gonna need like a little dab. They call them like dabbers, or like it's like a dry brush. I have a small, they come in different sizes. I have this small one. You could get these like at any craft store like Michael's or Hobby Lobby. So basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna take that what is called mica powder. It comes in all different colors. Now you want to put it on your brush, but you want to put a very small amount of it on your brush. You just want enough to leave the color and the shimmer behind, but you don't want to overdo it because you don't want it to get on the rest of your clay. Okay, this mica powder, it spreads it, and it could get into other areas because it's powder, but it does settle after a while. But you need to leave the finished product alone for like a day or so, and then the powder, it doesn't like smudge or anything like that. But the first day is gonna smudge, so you got to be very careful. Don't put a lot of powder, don't spread it around too much, and make sure you fill in all the cavities. But like I said, don't overdo it. Okay, so now I'm just showing you real, I sped this up so because you don't want, this is the boring part, but you just want to make sure you fill in all your little areas. And like I said, not too much powder, just enough to leave color behind. Okay, so I kind of sped this up and just went into, did the other colors, and just so you can see, you don't want to see me do this over and over and over. That's the boring part. But now I'm gonna lift the stencil up off of my clay, and you see that it left that pretty colors behind. Now you can smudge this right now because it's still not set. Okay, so be careful. I took my cookie cutter and I kind of was looking for a good cut, like where all the pretty stenciling will look nice on it. And now when you take it out, make sure you touch the parts of the clay that doesn't have any mica powder on it. Okay, and I'm sorry that I'm kind of off the screen here. I don't know what happened here. I don't know why I was so low. I didn't even realize that, and that really makes me angry, but I'm sorry guys. You can see what I'm doing, mostly what I'm doing. So now I'm just cutting out a base part for my cookie, the cookie dough part. And I cut the cookie dough part second, because if I cut it first, the clay starts shrinking, and then your ugly sweater part won't fit right. So do the cookie part after you do the stenciling part, because the stenciling part takes you know, it's gonna take you a minute to do, and then the clay starts shrinking, and we don't want that. We want it to fit really nicely on there. Okay, so there goes the sweater. So you can see that there's a little bit of smudging going on here, but it's not smudging from when I was putting on the brush. It's smudged because I didn't clean the stencil good after I used it the first time. So if you're gonna do several cookies, make sure you clean your stencil really good, and you get all the mica powder off of it. If not, it's gonna get on your next cookie like it did my cookie. If you look in the middle where the yellow and the white, between the blue and the brown, it looks like there's blue there, and I'm like, well, how the blue got on the, you know what I mean? And then when I looked at my stencil in the video, you can see that there's bluish like powder on the stencil still. So be careful and make sure you clean your stencil pretty good. So now I just rolled out some clay and put it on the sleeve and the collar to make it, give it that sweater look. You know, the sleeves, the cuffs, and the collar, and there you go. So there go my 2 cookies. The green one was made several days before, that's why it looks smaller than the red one, but it was the same size cookie cutter and everything. Okay, so look, I just want to show you guys that after you let the cookies set for a couple of days, it does not smear. Okay, it's not going to smear if you let it set for a couple of days. Like, put it in a corner somewhere and don't let anybody touch it, and the colors do set. But you can also do this with regular acrylic paint if you want, just dry brush.